Okay, so I'm back. Thank you for joining me. And I am doing another video request of a Lilith, Black Moon Lilith, conjunct a person's Mars in Synastry. And what do you get? Baby, I'm here to tell you, you get a walk on the wild side. Woo! Woo! That's all I got to say. Let's kind of play with the dynamics a little bit. Because I feel like if I'm going to give it to you, I'm going to give it to you like you need to have it given to you. You know what I'm saying? And literally, this is Lilith conjunct Mars. Okay. Let's look at the dynamics that's playing out. We have Lilith. Now, we can go down the whole storyline of, you know, people's typical understanding of Lilith being like a person's dark feminine or like feminine side that's being suppressed or needs to be suppressed, or unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever, consciously getting suppressed or being suppressed, and even somewhat of embarrassment and shame. I'll talk more about Lilith. I'll talk more about Lilith too on individual videos. Y'all gave me a good idea on what to do to help explain these dynamics more, you know, like just so you can look at your own individual chart. But even feeling like embarrassment or shame in correspondence to like our Lilith and our Lilith placement, and, you know, for different reasons, not understanding that this could make Lilith, it could be good or bad in perception about how this look, like how Lilith exudes their energy. But really what turns a lot of Lilith energy negative, and why people and like over the time scholars and everybody looks at it negative, is because Lilith, when you're unconsciously or subconsciously acting out certain energies, and because we're all in this together here, but when we're acting out certain energies and through behavior, because of whatever reason, because of suppression, because of abuse, because of traumas, whatever, we tend to demonstrate the more negative sides of something. So like Lilith energy can be very empowering, and it's supposed to be for people, but a lot of times people act out their Lilith energy negatively. Okay, and this is what gives it the bad rap. Because people see like Lilith as like wanting to be free and like, you know, not wanting to be governed. And, you know, people throughout society has always had issues and problems with people that don't want to be governed. It's like, okay, why don't you want to be governed? Why don't you want to fall in line? So if you take Mars understands this about Lilith. And because Mars is our acting out energy too. You could take any sign and you put it in Mars, and you will see how, like, a lot of times, and, you know, in a dignified way, like, or us, our vehicle that we come in here, our suit, our planet suit that we come in, you'll see how we'll try a lot of times to control ourselves and our behaviors and act out in civilized ways. And even being in public places, people do things that in public, behind the scenes, that they wouldn't do in public. People behind the scenes is more free to act out their Mars energy in private, right? So with that being said, get a person mad enough, provoke a person enough, get a person wanting something bad enough. What will they do? They will resort to their Mars energy, because that's what you do, to get it. And it does not matter. Sometimes for some people, it don't matter. However that Mars energy plays out, if they got to get grimy, they will show their negative traits of Mars. And here, bada bing, like bada bang, bada boom, is where the two meet. This is where the two meet, baby. in a place of just like rawness and realness. Like, okay, you know what? Mars is like, dang, like, Lilith, you know what? No, I don't feel like, depending on what sun sign they are, depending on other placements or whatever, like, no, I don't feel like you necessarily had to do, what you did, or that you got to go about it the way that you do. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I get it. So they get each other. And it don't have to make sense. Nothing about this connection and attraction to each other has to make logical sense. It don't. And you could take two people to where them being together, other aspects of their chart and other aspects of who they are, them being together, it could be very traditional. These could be two traditional driven, just well-to-do people, just civilized people, it doesn't matter, that it can make sense that they're together. But the thing that could possibly pull them together or help them stick together, it could be that Mars and that Lilith that other people don't see and they don't get, but they get it. You know what I mean? And when they get into arguments and fights, it can be volatile. It can why it's like I'm saying, like I'm pronouncing like a vitamin or like some sort of medication or something. It can be very heated and passionate. Because here you get two people that it's hard for them to leave each other alone. Okay? Because this is when you can see this in Venus and Mars, it's hard for the two individuals to leave each other alone. But really, with Lilith and Mars, it could be, it could be more intense though. It could be harder, because where Venus could be like, let me control myself. Maybe it's just not the right thing to do, or maybe we shouldn't, even though I'm attracted. It's like the attraction is there, but the two people can easily be like, okay, well, let's really try to think things through, because Venus may not provoke Mars, but to a certain point. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Lilith is like trying to purposely provoke Mars necessarily. I'm saying like the energy is just doing this alone. When you get Lilith and Mars, what makes it so much harder is because Lilith is like, okay, I'm gonna do what I want. And Mars is like, okay, then shoot, so show me what it is then, baby. What it do then? Because even when one person, and a lot of times, especially like if Mars is the man, some men could, have the strength enough to be like, okay, I think we need to be done and stick to it. But a lot of times it will have to be probably the feminine, the woman that says, okay, no, we can't do, like, I'm not doing this. Because a lot of times the man is going to take her back. But this is where you can find like situations where it's like side chick, mistress type, not information, but energy to where is that going on, because it's just hard for them. It's kind of like it's like a hit, like getting high and be like, man, I don't know what it is that, why I want this person, or like I want to feel this person or whatever. I want this person energy. I don't know why, but I do. And Lilith, it could be Lilith's nature. The person with the Lilith nature can just be like, very much a turn on to the Mars person. So if Lilith, if Lilith is the woman, Mars is the man. And don't get me wrong, because some men can't handle Lilith's energy. So they might mess around with Lilith and not choose them like as the wife or the settle down partner, because of how if you take the traditional, let's say this is a man that is more so like conservative, or more so like, got that viewpoint like, okay, well, I want to be I should be in control over my woman as a man, and like, whatever. They could feel like Lilith, when they're around Lilith, they lose control. Like, even because although a lot of times what you'll find out is like, although a man wants to get their needs met and their, and they might, they might have fantasies and stuff like that. They want to be able to tuck that away when they need to. Listen, it's very weird. They want to be in. They feel like the woman, a lot of times, that's in control of their own sexual nature. I'm just trying to be careful. It's too independent for them. Even if the woman is like, I'm only interested in being with you like that, though, it's too much. It's too much for them, because, like I said, they feel that the way that they can't stop themselves and the way that they want the woman, it's not tasteful for them. It's not healthy for them, because it's like, no, I don't, like, she's too much in control. It becomes more of a fantasy that they can't, and then being with you every day, it's like, I can't get rid of that. I can't tuck that away and just go on with my life. And it's too much of an obsession. That's an outwardly one, because you can't hide it. The man cannot really hide their affection and desires for you. Even sometimes it's very hard to in public. And don't let this be something that falls in the 1st or 10th, 11th house or something like that. It could be very hard, for them to hide it. But it's like, they're, a lot of times their natural instinct will be, hey, maybe I should hide this. Like, this should be something that a person that I do, it's a person that I want, but maybe it's just more of like a mistress type situation or something. So let's say if the Lilith person is a woman, then yeah, she will feel like so desired. Like, she will love being around a Mars person, because she would feel like so desired. Like, man, like, I could turn him on like that. Like, he wants me. Like, he can't keep his hands off of me. Like, but unless it could be something that's volatile too. Like I said, it could be something that could turn abusive as well, to where even being together passionately, it could turn into something physical, like, where there's like grabbing, squeezing, choking, stuff like that. And these two get into a physical fight or something, somebody could really get hurt, And if the man is the Lilith and the woman is the Mars person can really find themselves going after the Lilith person quite a bit too. It kind of works good, like if it's each other's charts, is like vice versa. Like, one person's Lilith on one side is connected to the other one, and the other, I don't want to go that deep, like over that far into that, but I'm just saying. But it could be something to where the man is actually, even though he might not say this, he will love the fact, like, man, she wants me. Like, he can feel like a man, like desired, but at the same time, since a lot of men could be afraid of the Lilith energy, because it brings out their inner feminine, or their feminine side, which it should be. They should be able to tap into this, because they get real romantic, real sexy, And the Mars as a woman can see this and feel this, But I think where it starts to get, if you're looking for a more traditional vibe, where it starts to get irritating for the woman, is that she could feel like, man, like, why does he keep trying to, it's like the man is trying to draw you in to make like the big bold moves. And I feel like over time, the woman could be like, man, no, like, and believe it or not, they want you to do that. But a lot of times the women can be like, nah, man, because the guy starts having control They know. They're like, okay, I know she'll just be back. But very passionate. Like, this could be one of those through thick and thin for real. Like, when people say through thick and thin, this is one of those things. It's very hard to lose attraction for each other. And it's very hard for other people to understand it sometimes. It's like, well, why do you want to be with him or her? Why y'all want to, even if it's her, him, like I'm just saying, why do y'all want to, like, I don't understand. A lot of people don't understand it. Because it can be like those, the situations that blur the lines or cross the lines, like, okay, well, and I'm not talking about nothing illegal or nothing like that. I'm just saying, well, you know, I'm saying like in a sense to where it's like, okay, well, we work together. We ain't supposed to be doing this. We have mutual acquaintances. We should, you know, that. But anyways, this has been Black Moon Lilith Conjunct Mars Synastry. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel because you know I'll be back.